Hi, this is Tom Malloy. I've raised over $25 million for financing movies. I've produced at the time of this video 17 films, written 30 plus screenplays, and options sold or made into movies 25 of those screenplays, and I've starred in a bunch of movies, so I'm an encyclopedia on filmmaking. So the question today is, do I need to go to film school? And my short answer there is no. And here's what I'll say to that, is that, a lot of these film schools charge exorbitant amounts of money. I think we had researched, Jason and I, at one point, and UCLA Film School was $80,000 or so. That's a lot of money, right? You can take that $80,000 and make a movie. And bottom line is, if you're going to a film school, you have to know what your goals are, right? So if you're looking to saying, I want to work with a camera, I want to learn film history, film criticism, the ins and outs of productions and things like that, maybe there is a path to do that. But ultimately, I always feel that the better path is just making a movie, right? And not making a movie, going in your backyard and shooting on your iPhone, where there is some value in that. I mean, actually trying to put together a professional movie. And now, if you're looking and saying, well, Tom, I've never even seen what a professional movie is, that's fine. You could try to get jobs PAing on a movie. Go find jobs where you can intern, and don't look at it as a paycheck or anything like that. Look at it as the learning experience. And if you get paid, great. If you're not paid, fantastic too. I always used to tell people, PAs on films, I would have paid to do that. I would have paid so much money. If I look back and I see how much I've learned by just being on sets, right? So when you're starting out, try any way to get to a professional set. And then when you're making your movies, run them like that. But always ask questions and listen and look around and, okay, that's what the second AD does. Okay, this is what I see how the production designer has his or her team underneath them. And that's how you learn. You have to learn by doing. Now, there are some film schools that are very hands-on that encourage you to go out there and make movies and things like that. But I'll always say this, that on the top level of the film school dynamic are usually people that are teaching the classes that are not actively out there making movies. And not to, say anything negative about that, but they're educators and they're not filmmakers. And I've always said that from the filmmaking stuff perspective, that this is what I do. I make movies. I just produced my 17th film, and actually just jumped in on an 18th film, and I have a 19th film this year. So I'm always out there actively in the field working. Somebody that's just is teaching at a film school, they're teachers, they're educators, right? So they're not on the street, making movies, new technology, all that stuff. So I guess ultimately you have to weigh it. What do you want to learn? What are your goals? But I will always say that there's no better education than just making a movie. Thank you for listening. If you want to learn more, check out the free PDF by clicking on the link below.